Welcome to Bealtaine Cottage, the home of goddess Permaculture. These are some photographs of Bealtaine Cottage at the very beginning of what's become known as the Bealtaine Project. And this is about full restoration of Mother Earth and caretaking of the regeneration. Sunday morning, and there's a real promise of rain. And there's some beautiful, beautiful cone flowers out on the horse chestnut. And the depth, the sheer depth now, looking across the woodland gardens with all the trees and the different shades of green and different colours of leaves as well, and shrubs and the white blossom from the cherry tree looking like snow. Sometimes I have to go looking for what I planted years ago. This is lilac. It's not too far from the cottage, but it's grown very high in order to get out and peek out towards the sun. It's just there. See? I've been doing a little Sunday morning workout. I'm a little bit out of breath, not too much. I wonder if you can guess the machine I was working out on. Let's have a look. I do have a bit of a cold, by the way. Bit of a sore throat, that's all. Here's the machine I've been working out on. My little push mower. No fossil fuels. Okay, just a little cylinder. Now, don't even look at the name of the manufacturer on there, because this is such a basic machine that it doesn't really matter who makes it. It's a similar thing. It's a little push cylinder mower, that's all. So, I've been cutting the paths before the rain comes, because we are promised rain again. So you can see up here. And of course I don't even bother with the grass box, because the grass is a very important feed for the soil. So it's rich with nitrogen. So I just mow and leave the grass on the top. Of course, those of you who are familiar with the journey of Bealtaine Cottage know that in the past I've had gas guzzling mowers, simply because I had a mammoth amount of grass, and well, not so much grass, more rushes to keep mowed in order to give the trees a chance to grow. So you can see now, of course, most of the paths are leafy woodland paths with little or no need to be mowed. As this one here I've just tidied up a little bit, and of course whatever I push the mower over comes out the other end, so the leaves stay in situ. So, and of course I don't have a lawn. For goodness sake, what on earth use is a lawn? For me, this is my personal opinion, as everything here on the YouTube channel and Bealtaine Cottage across social media is, lawns are a complete abomination. If you want to keep killing Mother Earth, keep mowing your lawn and ask yourself at the end of it, when you've, you know, excreted all those fuely fumes to the atmosphere and polluted the air, when you've cut the grass and taken it all and dumped it somewhere, and when you look out upon your little green moat, because it is like a moat around the castle to keep out invaders, to keep out Mother Earth, to keep out nature. Ask yourself, what have I just spent the past hour or half hour or 2 hours or more doing? How has it benefited Mother Earth? Because if it's only benefited my ego, you know, the neat, shaved to an inch of its life lawn in front of this house that you want to show off to everyone, then you are completely on the wrong track. I honestly don't know what you're doing over here, Bealtaine Cottage. But maybe, if you are one of those, because I suppose I was in the past, in the deep and distant past, you know, like decades and decades ago, maybe, just maybe, you want to turn your lawn into a few grass paths with lots and lots of interesting and beautiful and abundant beauty from Mother Earth on either side, like here. You go for it. Art of mulching. Well, over there you can see all the rubus that I put down weeks ago, probably about 6 weeks ago. It's mulched the earth beautifully because there's nothing coming up. It's just mulched and protected the earth and kept in all the moisture in the soil. So yesterday I was doing some more pruning, just some light pruning, but it soon piles up. So here I've put another big heap down below the apple tree. And here another big heap down below the apple tree. And that's going to be beneficial because all this mulch creates earth. And while it's waiting to create earth, it's a habitat for all those beautiful little insects and creatures that are so beneficial, that are so part of the system, that many of us aren't. Is that neat enough for you? It's neat enough for me. And you know, it's lovely to have little paths. I'm all for paths because paths take you and your children and your grandchildren and your pets and all the life that's with you out along them. And when you walk along paths in a garden, you're feeding your energy to what's on either side of that path. And that's more important than what you'll ever realise. And mowing paths sometimes is knowing where not to mow. So if we walk along here, the path once went round this way, but those bushes kept growing and growing. So I'm just going to leave that. And in there, look, there's lots of rhubarb. I can still get to it, but I don't need to be walking down that path too often because it's so close to the main path here. Someone commented recently on one of the social media platforms, I forget which one it was. Why don't you have a herd of goats? Goats are brilliant. Why would I have a herd of goats? Don't goats eat everything? I have no interest in farming animals or keeping animals as part of a system that feeds me. I don't need them. But isn't it interesting? The statement itself reflects this dominant need to be dominant mindset, need to control everything, need to look upon the mother as not the mother, but as a stupid, willful, disorganised, chaotic woman that has to be brought into line. If there was a herd of goats let loose on Bealtaine, there'd be virtually nothing here. Have you not seen what grazing animals do? And what would that be for? Some goat meat to make a goat curry? Goat's milk? I don't need to be drinking the milk belonging to baby goats. Thank you, I had plenty of milk from my mother when I needed it. I know this is turning into a little bit of a rant, but another commenter asked me to show her the flowers of the Magnolia Stellata. Well, they're just starting to go over, but here they are. And of course, once the flowers have gone over, I'm going to be taking this out of the pot sometime soon and planting it out, because it does need now to be planted out. There's the cuckoo in the background. So I've brought my other microgreens box over from the tunnel. It's going to stay here now for the rest of the growing season. So it's doing rather well. And I'll show you the microgreens box. Oh, look at all these beautiful pansies. Aren't they gorgeous? Yes, I could see goats decimating those as well. Okay, look. Now, those I cut just a couple of days ago. There's a massive harvest there to be cut today. It's, you know, sometimes it's actually hard to keep up with the growth. So, in fact, this little box of microgreens would probably be enough to do me, you know? Fantastic, isn't it? And the other thing I wanted to show you is all the little flowers beginning to come out on the cotoneaster. Now, of course, these draw the bees like honey draws us. Absolutely amazing. And of course, it's all over that little bit of tied-in trellis, and it goes right up there to the top of the wall, and all growing from a little hole in the gravel. And I mean a little hole in the gravel, because I'm not someone to dig. I don't dig. Try not to, anyway. I suppose I'm on a sort of a roll here. Maybe I should just continue ranting. My throat is sore. I think part of this morning's rants are coming from a little bit of a sore throat, but that's all. It's very hard to find something to rant about, especially when you're walking amongst trees, you know? Anyways, I'm going to be busy for a few days re-editing, that is, extracting the couple of mistakes that were in there and maybe adding a little bit more, re-editing the book In Search of the Goddess Rising, because I'm down to my last, I think, 3 or 4 books now, and I need to get some more printed. And fortunately for me, the printer is still operating his business, albeit on a much curtailed footing. But he's assured me that he can get the books printed, that's no problem. So, today's Sunday, so I know I often feel utterly compelled to make a video, you know. I'm sort of drawn out here, I'm drawn into the heart of the mother to make a video, to spread this word of planting and regenerative, what should we call it? Caretaking? It's more than gardening. I don't know. I haven't got a word on the tip of my tongue for it. And I don't rehearse anything, you know. But anyway, I think for the next few days I really am going to be putting my head down near the keyboard and get working on what it is I have to do. Because most of the time, you see, this out here is what I feel I have to do. But of course, if I don't pay attention to my little publishing house, Bealtaine Cottage, if I don't pay attention to that, then I have little or no income. I have to rely on the goodness of patrons, and I prefer to earn my keep. I do like to earn my keep. Of course, I'm always grateful to patrons. So there we go. Anyway, blessings to you all, and I am going to get my head down now and do some serious work, indoors that is, on the laptop. If a video does pop up, you'll know it's because I'm compelled, that I have little or no choice in the matter. You say, she drives me. She certainly does. She drives me. She's the boss. All Bealtaine Cottage books are printed here in Ireland, not offshored or uploaded to Amazon or any other corporation. They're printed in Ireland and they're posted from Ireland. And I do all the work here myself. This is best practice permaculture. This is not being a hypocrite and saying I practice permaculture and then have my books printed and delivered by Amazon. It's truly local, 100%.